This is a pretty entertaining team, and that's mainly because of the movesets that we run. So let's see what is happening here as we grab a very bad lead against that Salazzle, and now Shadow Typhlosion will join the party. Even when resisted, every single move can hurt this Salazzle, so we can totally take advantage of that. But first we need to escape from this Charmer. So we're gonna reach first to the Thunder Punch and then go for that Blast Burn, get the bait, and then the nuke. This is absolutely awesome. A little bit of extra pressure on the end with our final Incinerate before we go down, and now I know that this is just a Poison Fang. Look at how much damage Shadow Poliwrath can do with the resisted counters, and now we have access to Icy Wind to debuff this final Pokemon. Hopefully it is a grass type, that means they have to go ahead and block our move, and now this is the perfect opportunity for us to unleash the power of Hurricane over Trevenant. Otherwise we might have lost this one. So Hurricane for the nuke, Whimsicott for the win. This is absolutely awesome. Into the next battle now with another grass type, this time up in front. Serperior is a Pokemon that can easily destroy down our Whimsicott and of course our backline if we are not careful. Those Frenzy Plants or the Aerial Aces are still gonna deal so much damage on Poliwrath, but with Hurricane here we get so much and so many answers over those grass types, and I guess that Hurricane is a must move right now on your Whimsicott. Now that Feraligatr is coming into the game, I get the feeling that I can easily grab both of them shields out of play, and in doing so I might sacrifice a shield in the process. So Shadow Typhlosion here needs only one more Incinerate to reach to the next Thunder Punch, and also we have a Pokemon like Poliwrath which can resist pretty much anything that this Feraligatr is gonna throw. So we can definitely take advantage of it, and of course Shadow Poliwrath now emerging with the Shadow counters with one shield remaining will most likely farm down whatever remains at the back. Over here now I decide to switch out on my Whimsicott to try and catch the Thunder Punch. That was a well executed plan, but to my surprise we also survived the Incinerate, which means that we can get our hands on the Seed Bomb, and right after we can easily farm down with our counters and still reach to the Dynamic Punch to secure the victory with Shadow Poliwrath as our closer. That was an amazing one as well, and now let's keep going into an Altaria lead. I know what you're thinking, Ganeto, you have a Fairy type against a Dragon one, this has to be an easy win. However, we do not run any Fairy moves, and also we are gonna take super effective damage from those Sky attacks and gonna put us at the critical position, so I decide to block the first one. This is not the best lead ever, but still kinda playable. So let's see how this is gonna go. Perhaps we need to sacrifice both of our shields in the process, so Hurricane here will connect over that Altaria. Most probably your opponents will expect the Moonblast from your Whimsicott, so you can always count on it, but over here with Hurricane we still manage to guarantee the 2 shield breakout while we can easily farm down right after. Our opponent did not think of that really well, so we can take advantage of that mistake, and of course catch here the move on Typhlosion. This is a pretty big catch, and I believe that Typhlosion now can have the upper hand over whatever remains at the back, unless they have another water type, and that water type is Lantern. So this is kinda scary because we still need a double Seed Bomb for that Pokemon, while both Azumarill and that Lantern are gonna be pretty strong against Poliwrath. So just keep that in mind, and now Whimsicott will finish them off. However, Azumarill now returns into the game, and before they reach to the Ice Beam we can unleash the power of our Seed Bomb, and as it seems my opponent here just top left this battle, so that means that Poliwrath can easily farm down without spending any sweat at all. Into the next battle now with the Apollon up in front. This is a terrible lead for us. We need to switch out and most probably get to the Thunder Punch, but my opponent absolutely was expecting this, so they managed to catch on Goodra. This is not looking that well, and and before we reach now to the blast burn, my opponent will absolutely outplay me. I was getting a little bit too cocky there with unleashing the power of Thunder Punch that early, so that was obviously a mistake, but it doesn't matter, it is what it is. Good run now with a Dragon Meteor and we can easily farm down right after. That fairy typing of Whimsicott is absolutely insane defensively against a lot of Pokemon, but not against that Poliwrath. Anyways, the battle is not over yet, we're just gonna switch out to snipe them down, and now with the Charmer remaining at the very end, we are in a very unfortunate position. So my opponent will go ahead and drop us to no HP in no time at all. I know that I need the Hurricane to land here, but my opponent will most likely shield anyways and still farm down with that final charm. That was kinda close, but still we needed some more HP if we want to have any chance at all at this one. Into the next battle now with the Registeel, the Metal Trash Can on the switch, and after we block once we should be on a very good position at completely farming down. However, after the debuff I'm not feeling at all that we can go ahead and farm down completely without spending another shield, so I decide to unleash the power of Dynamic Punch. Not only I have shown to my opponent my moveset, but also here they have the return of Azumarill, which is kind of a great deal for them. But before we go down, I can easily go ahead and debuff this Pokemon as much as I can. I realize here that perhaps this is a double steel backline, so perhaps we need to get our Poliwrath out of the battle and preserve it for the end game, and as it seems they are also kinda weak to Typhlosion. Perhaps this double steel backline makes sense here since our Incinerates will burn them down. They do not have access to Hydro Pump, which means that we can survive the moves from that pretty much debuffed Azumarill, and also we can guarantee the knockout with our Thunder Punch. Let's see how this is gonna go since Azumarill now is out of the way and they end up having a Pokemon like Venusaur in the end game. They want to go for the overfarm, so they are not expecting the Hurricane. Down they go with the one shot. Absolutely awesome, absolutely entertaining, and Whimsicott will grab for us another huge victory with its moveset. Another day at Go Battle League, another day against an Azumarill, and we meet up with that Annihilate on the switch. So Shadow Ball is coming off, I'm just gonna go for the Seed Bomb just in case they want to block, but my opponent absolutely calls the bait. Are you kidding me? This is very good for them. Anyways, the battle is definitely not over yet, I'm just gonna keep going at it with my moves. Now Typhlosion joins the party and I have the perfect opportunity to show up with my own Shadow Typhlosion. I know that one move can easily be handled, but before we go down I was hoping to get my hands on the Thunder Punch, but this is not the case at all. I don't know what happened there, just a mini lag I guess, and right after we can easily get the knockout with Whimsicott if we are careful, but I am not. I get the move and I realize here that perhaps Shadow Poliwrath is my only chance to victory. So Icy Wind to debuff this Pokemon, they also get the move, which is pretty great for my position. I know that if I am to take a move, I'd rather take it from that Azumarill and not Typhlosion, and as they do not have a play rough, I can easily survive the moves, completely farm down with those counters, never surrender trainers, and now this is another race to the farm down, which we can absolutely get with the Shadow counters and Poliwrath as our closer. Into the next battle now with a good wrap in front. This is a terrible lead for them, and on the switch, oh my goodness, we can easily farm down completely without spending any shield at all against this Ferrothorn. I'm expecting Goodra to return, so before they farm us down, I can easily get my hands on the Blast Burn. Gonna provoke a shield, which is pretty great and totally understandable, and at this point I'm just gonna get to the Seed Bomb for the bait. However, my opponent is not gonna fall for this, and obviously this is kind of a big deal for them because now they can apply some pressure with their moves. Now with having a Mandibuzz at the very end, I'm not gonna throw my move, I do not want to show them my Hurricane I guess, but at this point I just want to switch out to Poliwrath, block at least once and get to that Icy Wind to debuff this Pokemon Pokemon or just deal some pretty nice super effective shadow damage. So here comes the move, they decide to block, absolutely awesome, and now we can easily survive the next RLAs. However, can we get to another Icy Wind? I do not think so, and yeah, down we go to those Snarls. Now with Whimsicott coming into the game, they immediately respond with the switch out to Goodra, able to go with that Seed Bomb and then completely farm down, and hopefully pretty much like those Dragon types, Darks as well are gonna struggle a lot against our Fairy typing. However, we still have access to Hurricane for a little bit of extra pressure on that Mandipass. Seed Bomb now for the win, and we can get the victory finally against a very skillful trainer. Into the next battle now with another Azumarill. I'm telling you, a lot of Azumarills lately in Go Battle League. I don't know what triggered them, but still it happened. Now with the Seed Bomb we can easily do a lot of damage on their end, but on the other hand a simple Ice Beam can do so much damage on our poor Whimsicott. Knowing now that they indeed have an Ice Beam, we're just gonna switch out on our Poliwrath following their switch on that Leaky Tank. Knowing that they have Ice Beam most probably means that they do not have Hydro Pump, which is a pretty neat crucial information for our Typhlosion. Able to land the nuke here with a dynamic punch over a Leaky Tank, and now Azumarill joins the party once again. So they can easily farm us down. It is no big deal though, because our Whimsicott stands on the higher ground with those Seed Bombs, and of course we can grab both of them shields out of play with a double charge attack neat move that we can do. So here comes now the switch on Typhlosion, of course to catch the Ice Beam, and we can do it with finesse. Let's see what lies at the very end. Medicham emerges, but we do not care at all because Blast Burn is gonna hit them with some pretty nice neutral damage for the nuke, obliterating them down, and right after we still have the Thunder Punch for that poor Azumarill, since they have already top left this battle as it seems. And look at that pretty nice face with the flames on the back, absolutely awesome to get this victory that way. Into the next battle now with the Shadow Feraligatr up in front. This is obviously kind of a good lead for us, and I know that this is just a Hydro Cannon because they did not even charge up to the Ice Beam range. But anyways, most probably they always go for the Hydro Cannon. They do not want to get their hands on that Ice Beam on the first charge attack anyway. So Seed Bomb now able to grab both of them shields out of play, and they can easily farm down as it seems. Whimsicott is much glacier than I was expecting, so Poliwrath now has to come into the battle, and after blocking at least once we need to get the upper hand on the farm down. So let's see if that is gonna happen, because my opponent has another Hydro Cannon for us. Obviously Feraligatr is a very good, decent I guess lead for us, not a very good but kinda decent, and we can easily snipe them down now with our Final Incinerate. To my surprise, they have a Gligar at the very end. I was expecting something like a Mandipass or whatever, but still it makes no difference at all because Typhlosion with its moves really doesn't care, and of course we're gonna grab this final victory for today's content. That is gonna be all for today, trainers. Thank you for sticking around till the end, it really means a lot for my channel. Before you go, leave a huge like, subscribe to my content, and over here check any of these two videos that might be of interest to you. Till the next time, take care, trainers.